everybody please take a moment to ensure that your mobile phones are switched off. Now, forgetting the entire world, let us focus our thoughts on today's subject of discussion. The Indian Vedic scriptures are a vast treasure house of knowledge. They are innumerable in number, fathomless in their depth, and unlimited in the variety of knowledge that they offer. If somebody were to read all these scriptures, it would take 500 years. And very naturally, such a vast treasure house of knowledge presents a variety of spiritual paths and practices. And these varieties of paths and practices reach the West through various organizations and Swamis and teachers of Indian spirituality who come to the West. And in the land of America, people who are interested in Indian spirituality endeavor to practice these different paths in a variety of ways. All of them are good. They are taking us upwards in the path of enlightenment. However, there is one essential point to understand in this regard, and that is, all these paths require bhakti for their completion. Bhakti means devotion to God, love for God. People practice Kundalini Jagran. They practice Atma Gyan, self-realization, meditating on the chakras and the breath, chanting Om, and so many other things. That is all very well. However, if we leave out bhakti or devotion from the picture, they will not be sufficient in helping us get out of this bondage of material energy called Maya. Because this material energy is a power of God. And since it is a power of God, it cannot be defeated by one's self-effort. Self-effort can finish the tamogun and rajogun, the modes of ignorance and passion. But it cannot get you beyond sattvagun, the mode of goodness, to the transcendental platform. To do that, we need to catch devotion. This point is important to understand because there are hundreds of meditation schools, yoga schools, but they must add this point to it, that the ultimate goal is what? to reach the lotus feet of God. The Bhagavatam states, Vasudeva para Veda, Vasudeva para Makha, Vasudeva para Yoga, Vasudeva param Jnanam, Vasudeva param Tapa, Vasudeva paro Dharmo, Vasudeva paradati. All the scriptural injunctions are leading us to God. That is where you are supposed to reach. Don't stop in between. The great sage Ved-Vyas, he wrote so many scriptures. Can anybody name the scriptures written by Ved-Vyas?
Vedas?
The Vedas, yeah, the Vedas are eternal. He put them down in writing. And he divided. The Mahabharata, 100,000 verses. Srimad Bhagavatam, another 18,000 verses. And the Mahabharata includes the Bhagavad Gita, which is a part of it. Actually, he wrote the 18 Puranas, of which the Bhagavatam is one. That is 400,000 verses. And he wrote the Vedanta Darshan, which has got supposed to be the end of the Vedas. So having written all these scriptures, Ved-Vyas started thinking, then how will human beings reach the conclusion of all this knowledge? They don't have the time to read all this. If they do, they cannot reconcile all this to understand what's the final end. So he said, I must present a conclusion for the benefit of human beings. So he says, Alodya sarva shastrani vicharya cha punah punah idavekam sunishpannam dhyeyo narayano hari. He says, I have churned all the Vedic scriptures and contemplated over them again and again and reached this conclusion that they are all asking you to love God. That is the essence of spirituality. I am emphasizing it because there is so much of confusion in the scenario we see around us. God is taken out of the picture. But Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktya tvananyaya shakya aham evam vidhorjuna dhatum drashtum cha tattvena praveshtum cha parantapa. He says, Arjun, the way I am standing before you, you can understand this entity. You can reach and enter this entity of God only by bhakti, by love, by devotion. And the Saint Kabir, who was very special in presenting great truths in the simplest of words, he said, Pothi padhi padhi jag muva, pandit hua na koya. He says, reading the scriptures, the whole age passed away. Nobody became a pandit. Dhai akshar prema ke padhe so pandit hoya. And these 2.5 syllables, prem, love. Whoever learned them is the real pandit. So real knowledge is that which helps us develop love for God. Real karma, works are those which are offered in dedication to God. Real dharma, or religiosity, is that which is in conformity with the will of God. Real spirituality is that which helps us surrender to God and to love Him. Bhaktya hamekaya grahyah, the Bhagavatam states. Bhaktya mam abhijanati, the Bhagavad Gita states. Ram hi keval prem piyara jani lehu je janani hara. The Ramayana states that God is known only by love, only by devotion. You do your Kundalini Jagran and everything else, but if you have left out devotion, the sage Tulsidas states, Yoga Kuyoga Jnana Agyanu Jah Nahi Ram Prem Paradhanu. That Yog is Kuyog and that Gyan is Agyan, which does not have love for God as its predominating factor. So, having decided that we need to love God to attain Him, we need to engage in devotion to God. Let us today discuss this devotion. All of you who have come to attend this program are actually engaged in devotion to a greater or lesser extent. That is why you have desired to spend